Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Can you all hear me okay? If you can hear me and see me, please put a 1 or put a plus in the chat. Okay, I can see people can hear me. Super, amazing, great. Okay, guys, as let's move to the next slide. Today we're going to go through the verification process and the registration process of Global UniPay, because we can see there is a demand. We're planning to do these webinars every week, okay, at least. And here with me today, I have Eden Ward. Eden Ward is he's working also on this project, and Eden is the co-host of Live with the Brothers of Evorich, and is a current participant of the GoPro MLCR mentorship program, etc., etc. Let's move on to the next slide. So Eden will be basically helping me out with answering some of your questions in the chat, and we're going to have about 5 minutes at the end for Q&A, some of the questions that couldn't be answered. But the idea is to try to finish this webinar as quickly as possible, because we'll be doing this on a regular basis, so that we can try to help everybody to register. Who am I? Most of you probably know me. My name is Martial Niyonzima. I am a project manager and member of the Ambassadors Council. I'm a vice president within this Evorich program. Okay, I am a blockchain enthusiast, entrepreneur, and a speaker. That's enough about myself. Now let's crack on and get to the nitty-gritty of things. Okay, if we can move to the next slide, please. Brilliant. So the first step, again, is this is going to be like a repetition what we've been saying many times, but we are finding it that many people are finding it difficult. And credit to Eden, who has recreated these slides again to make it more visual, so that people can see, okay, step number 1, you can see we have put a number onto each task, each step that you need to do, okay? So you need to, oh, hold on, somebody's writing to me. Okay, sorry, yeah, so somebody said the microphone is not, so probably because I'm using this. Is that clear? Is that big? Should I talk a bit louder? Dennis, should I speak a bit louder? Can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Some people say it's fine. Okay, brilliant. All right. So step number 1. And again, please, I've seen so many partners who are finding it difficult in registration. They say, the system, it doesn't allow them to upload the document, etc. It is because sometimes when you upload the file, which is bigger, the system doesn't allow you to do it. So you need to change it. We're gonna go to that. So the first number 1 is to go to the website of gcinet.ch. This is the website. This is the current website for the back office of Global UniPay, okay? So once you click on that, you put in the browser, internet browser, you hit enter, and then you come to this page, okay? Step number 2, you will see 2 buttons. You will see a login button or open account button. Now, if you are a new person, you need to click open account button, okay? Because it's all about registration.
Martial, sorry for interrupting you. We have some challenges in the Italian room. We need to fix it, and then we can continue the webinar. Sorry for this.
Let me know when you're ready, yeah?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Sorry, dear friends, for this interruption.
just while we're waiting, in the chat, just give me some feedback. Who's here have got any issue in connecting or being verified or anything like that with the Global UniPay? Just put a plus or put in a comment so we know some of the people here who are having issues.
Marshall, in the Russian room, there is no feedback that there are some issues.
I mean, what are the issues people are getting? Is that they can't hear me or?
No, they don't complain about any issues with registration.
Right, okay, brilliant.
This is just for your information.
Okay, thank you.
We're still waiting for the Italian room to be fixed.
Okay, cool. How about the English people? In the English room, no issues with registration. In Hindi, okay, that's brilliant. In Hindi room as well.
That's fantastic.
Now there is one question: how to open the account?
That's why I'm gonna go through it.
And there is a feedback from the Spanish room that there are still some people who cannot register because they haven't received their passports yet. And Alexander is complaining that there is no sound, but probably because we are waiting for the Italian room to be fixed. So Italian room is fixed, we may continue. But I believe you'd better start from this slide from the very beginning.
Okay, brilliant. This was the first slide anyway. So the first step, as I was saying, the first step people need to go, they need to go to the correct website first, okay? It's www.gtinet.ch. Okay, that's the website that will take you to the back office of a Global UniPay payment system. Once you put in the browser and you hit enter, then you will see this page. Okay, once you see this page, you see these two buttons: the login button if you already have an account, or the open an account if you're a new person who wants to open an account. So in this instance, we're going to open a new account. So what you need to do, you need to click open an account. Okay, click open. Now, once you click open, if you can go to the next stage, you will be taken to this page. If you go to the next slide, please. Brilliant. So as you can see here, Eden has given his examples. Okay, so pretty much easy to follow. The arrows are pointing to what you need to do. You see this form of creating an account. Okay, you put your first name, you put your last name, you put your email. Now, email is important because the email, you need to put the same email you have used to register on Evorich or API or any of the other back office. It needs to be the same, because if it is not the same email, the system, the payment system won't sync, won't communicate with the back office in the future when you want to withdraw your bonuses, etc. Do you understand? Do you understand the importance, guys, of this email? It needs to be exactly the same as the email you use for registration in Evorich. Yes? The password, however, it can be any password. The password doesn't have to be exactly the same as the one you have in your Evorich. You can make any other different type of password. Once you complete all this information, you have to tick this box here that states, I certify that I am 18 years old of age or older, because if you are a minor, a child, you cannot create an account with this Global UniPay. So a person has to be 18 years older or more, okay? And then you need to tick this box to make sure you agree that you are, okay? Now, if you tick yes, and you tick this box, and then, because what you're doing, basically, you're not saying the truth. Once you go inside and it comes for you to upload the document, you might be rejected or even banned for trying to cheat the system, because it's trying to cheat the system, okay? So now once you've done that, there is another box at the bottom that says, I am not a robot, okay? Now, because of this is a website, there are a lot of bots out there that can create registration that are not a really human being, that's just bots. This is why, this is almost for security measure to stop spammers spamming the website, okay? This to verify that the person is actually a person. So you have to click on it to make sure you confirm that you're a real human, not a robot. Do you understand? Because I've seen some people have been asking me a question, why they're asking me like I'm not a robot or whatever. This is the reason why, okay? Then once you finish all these steps, you can see there is a clear step of picture on the left, but there is also an instruction in written English. Whatever language you are watching is probably translated already in your language on what you need to do. Very, very simple. Please, guys, just use this tool and just go one by one, okay? Because if you can't follow this instruction easy like that, what's going to happen when you're going to send money to the exchange, the crypto exchange, and you don't check it, double check again? There's going to be a problem. So please just follow this instruction. We have tried to make it easy as much as possible, yeah? So then you click the blue, when you finalize step number 5, create an account. Once you click that blue button, you will go to the next stage, which the admin, if you can help me to move to the next slide, please. Right, so once you create an account, you will get inside the system, okay? But straight away, you will see this kind of exclamation mark with a message that says your account is not active. Please verify your profile. So they are prompting you to verify your profile. Now, there is one thing that I need to highlight here. If, for example, you have uploaded all the documents, and pardon me. So, and then, for example, all the documents are not uploaded, for example. So you uploaded some of the documents and proof of address is not uploaded, or one document is missing, for example, you will still see this message, okay? You will still see this message. Can you still hear me? Aidan, if you can hear me, just put that. Yeah, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
So this message might still be displayed. So once you're here, what you need to do, you need to click this blue button that says go to my profile. Okay, once you click go to my profile. Again, if you want to contact this system, there is an email at the bottom. You see where he highlighted number 3. This is the email for the support. If you are getting any issue, for example, or something happened, you can send the email to them. So maybe they might help you. They might be able to help you. Okay. You understand? You click on that. Okay. Like you see the message, since Global Unit Pay account is the legally established financial service, you now have to verify your identity. So this is what we call KYC. Know your customer. Any regulated institution in the financial market, they have to do what is called know your customer. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next slide. So once you go to my profile, you will come to this screen. Now, it doesn't matter. For the currency at the moment, you can just leave it for any. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big problem. Okay. For now. So once you get here, what you need to do, the first number 1, you need to verify the email. Okay. And every time when there is a task that needs to be done or something you need to do, you will see the blue button. It will be highlighted in blue, like the verify here. So what you need to do, you click on verify next to the email. When you click that, you will go to this next screen. Please, can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, so I'm trying to go as slowly as possible so maybe people can follow, okay, or the interpreter as well. Okay, so when you click on this, verify your email, okay, you click on it and then you move to the next slide. Please move to the next slide. Okay, so now you will get this message, this kind of pop-up, okay? That will say that the email verification instruction has been sent to your emails, whatever the email you registered with, okay? Make sure you check your spam box, okay? Because sometimes email doesn't go to your inbox, can go to spam box. Make sure you check it. If you check both and you did not receive any email, press this resend button so that it can send you another email, okay, for activation. All right, very important. Okay, once you've done that, go to your email. Let's go move to the next slide where you see the email, how it looks like. If we can move to the next slide, please, that's it. So now, when you go to your email, you will see a message like this, okay? Welcome to Global Unit Pay, and so forth and so forth. And then you will see this blue, this link, this hyperlink that is highlighted in blue, okay? This GTI net.ch confirm. You can do two things. You can either highlight it and copy and take it to the browser, paste it there, hit enter. But you know, that will be difficult for some people. They will copy the wrong, etc. The best way is just to click, and actually the link is clickable. So click on the blue link, and it should take you to the next slide, the next point. If we move to the next slide, please, you will see once you get there, then you will see that the email is verified. Now they have checked that, okay, this email, it belongs to you. You managed to access it. Now it is verified, okay? The email is automatic because you don't need any person to go through it. You have proven already that the email belongs to you because you had access to it, okay? That's why it is automatic. And the phone number is the same. So the second step, you need to click phone verification. Now, this is important. When you put your phone here, okay, if you click verify your phone, the blue button, if we move to the next slide, once you click the verify your phone button, you will get this box, okay? Now, it is important that you put in international code, okay? It's very important, okay? Because when it comes to receiving your OTP, the code, when you do any transaction, it is important that you have an international code so the text can be sent to you. If you did not do that, you need to do that, okay? And then once you put your phone number like +44 +61, whatever your number is, take the 0. If your number starts normally, if you call locally, it starts with 07 something. So you put +61 and you take that 0 out and just put 74 like that, okay? You don't put the 0 in between. Pretty much like here, you can see it is identified here on the right-hand side, okay? With the text, you've got the image on the left and you've got the text. And I gotta say, Eden have done an amazing job to really do this visual and for people to just follow. And also on the right-hand side, you can see in the text and read it, yeah? So if you go to, once you click verify, let's go to the next slide and see what you will get. Brilliant. So once you click the verify your phone, you will receive an email that to your phone has been added with your name, with your phone number, etc. Okay, and you will see whatever IP address you use, etc., etc. So that means now your phone, it is verified, and your email also is verified. Okay, now let's go back to the next slide. Now you can see, because the phone is verified and also automatic, you get a tick with a verified in the green, okay? As you have noticed that it does not allow you to go to the next step unless you have completed the first step, yeah? You understand, yeah? So make sure you can see this one. So some people have seen, some people start to click submit your information before they even do and it's grayed out, and they say, oh, it's grayed out, I can't upload these documents. When we look into their back office, they haven't even clicked next to the email verification to follow the steps first, okay? So please follow the steps. That's why it is numbered, okay? Now, the third step you need to do is verify your identity, which means verify your passport to verify who you are. Now, there is only about 4 countries, okay? Only about 4 countries that are allowed to submit only, they can submit a driver's license or the ID card. Now, this has got nothing to do with us. This is the criteria of the Global Pass, okay? Global Pass is a company that has been tasked to do the verification KYC. Third party, which is independent, we don't have no influence on it, okay? For the regulation, for the regulatory condition, this is, you have to get a KYC officer external to your business. These are the conditions. So when you write to the support, they are not the people who are dealing with this one. Just bear that in mind, okay? Now, once you click, you see the blue button is highlighted in blue. So you need to click that button because we need to verify our identity. So if we move to the next slide. Now, once you click that blue button, submit your documentation for identity check, you will get to this screen, okay? And you can see that they give you a little bit instruction first. Before completing verification, please make sure that your webcam is working. So if you have a computer that don't have a webcam, you won't be able to take a video with your document. However, you can upload it though. If you have it already on your computer, you can upload it. I find it always easy and quicker when you take the document and you show it in front of your camera. But if you don't, there is an option to upload, which I'm going to show you a bit later, okay? And make sure you have a valid ID document with you, right? We have had some people and a lot of inquiries that hear that, okay, I've tried to upload my passport. Why is not accepting it? Is a reputable country, all that kind of stuff. But their passport is only 3 months left. You have to have at least 6 months remaining on your passport to be accepted. Because if you go to ask for a visa for any country or you travel and you don't have at least 6 months, then you might be refused a visa. Okay, so this is not something the KYC do to be awkward or anything like that. These are just simple rules, okay? And then you can see the button here. Once you're happy, there is a button that says start verification. You need to click this. Now, as you have seen, any blue button like this is a button that require you to take action, to click on it and do what it asks you to do, yeah? So now you need to click on start verification, okay? But make sure you have all those documents ready before you do this, okay? So now if you click start verification, you move to the next step. Let's move to the next slide, please. Great. Now this is important, okay? And I'm sure many people are jumping this one and they try to rush too quickly. You try to click to go ahead. Just please read the instructions. So here it says you need to record yourself, okay? And it's telling you exactly what you need to do. Step number 1, the 2 steps you need to do. Face the front for a few seconds, and then do to the right like that for a few seconds, 1, 2, 3 maybe, and then you do to the left like that, and then you go back, okay? And then you just wait. And make sure there is nothing behind you, okay? Because this is the camera is checking your movement, okay? But here you also have, so before you click, make sure there is nothing in the etc. etc. So now then you need to click this button that says start video recording now. Once you start this video recording, you will see a countdown like 3, 2, 1, and then you start to do this. I've seen some people they just click and they started to do this, okay? And you find the difficulty. So just to follow the instructions. There will be a countdown. So click on the blue button and let's move to the next slide. Okay, once you've done the left and right and front, you will get a tick if you've done it correctly. If you didn't do correctly, you see like a cross or something like that, and then you have to redo it again. Okay. Now in here, the identity check, you need to, and this is where most of people get it wrong. Okay. For example, you live in the USA, and then you have a passport from Colombia, for example, or from Malaysia, whatever, yeah, whatever country. Here, what is asking you to say, so many people like, they put USA, but their documents say Colombia, okay? They are asking you the country that issued the passport, okay? So this is not the country you live in, all right? The country that issued the document, if it's a resident permit and it's one of those 5 countries, I believe, that accept, then you need to make sure you put that country. It is not necessarily the country you live in. Your passport might be from a different country, but you just have a stamp like a residence permit in the other country, but your passport is from a different country. Do you understand? Yeah. So make sure here you put the document, the country of the passport, that the country that issued that passport or that document. Is that clear? Is that clear? Because many people make a mistake over here, a lot of mistakes. Okay, Nasrim says it doesn't understand. Okay, so let me repeat it again. So, say for example, you might have, let me give you another example. So here, the identity check, you might have, for example, you might probably live in Dubai, okay? A person live in Dubai, but maybe you're from India, okay, but you got to work in Dubai. You have a work permit in your passport, in Indian passport, okay? In here, you don't put Dubai. You put India because the document you have is from India. It's been issued by the Indian government. Okay, that's an example. Do you understand? Yeah? Okay, good. Clear, good. So here,
just on that, Marshall, if I can interject. At the point number 1, where it goes and says the document country of issue, if you're supplying, as you went and said, an Indian passport, then you would go and put down India as the document country of issue and then go and upload that document. You know?
Yes, that's right. That's right. So, and then once you've selected the country, and then you need to tick on the right-hand side, you can see the document type. So the first was the country that issues your document, and the right-hand side, now you need to select what type of document now it is, okay? Is it a passport, driver's license, identity card? Again, it depends where you live, because most of country, passport is mandatory. So for some few countries, they can get away with identity card and driver's license. Again, this is not the company rule. There's no global unit pay rule. This is the global path, the company that does verification rules, okay? So don't get upset with the support people from, they're trying to help you. It is the rule they have, okay? If you see an example of other regulated exchange, I get people comparing us to the Binance exchange or whatever. We are not the same, okay? Binance is not regulated, okay? We are regulated. We have to abide by the rules for the banking system in order to work, to comply. All right. So now here on the right-hand side, you need to select which document the type of document you're going to upload, or you're going to upload later on. Okay. Now, once you were happy with this, you need to click this button that say, I confirm my identity. Okay. Now, many people having issue because they do the reverse. Either maybe they put the correct country and then they are not one of those 5 countries. They upload the identity card. It will get rejected even if it is valid. It is whatever in your country. It is acceptable. You can travel on your driver's license in the US across the states. But when it comes to the Swiss regulation or the global pass rules, they do not allow that. Okay, they do not allow that. So you just have to give them what they want if you want to get verified. It's as simple as that. Okay. Once you're happy, you just need to click confirm my identity. And once you click confirm my identity, you'll go to this next step. So if we can go to the next slide, please. Okay, here. Now in here, you have two options. That's what I was saying earlier. Two options. Now you have show new face. They have seen your facial check. Second part, you have selected, you say, okay, I'm going to upload the document from this country, and this is the type of document I'm going to upload. Now, here is asking, okay, now show this document. We want to see that document, okay? Then that document, you can do two ways. You can take a picture, a photo, using your camera. If your camera is good, then great. That's a quick, better option. And make sure you have a good lighting at the back so it's clear. If not, you need to click this button here, step number 2. That's the upload a photo. You need to have either on your phone or on in your computer, and it needs to be like a JPEG format. When it's a PDF, it doesn't allow it. Okay, so either one you select, then you go to, it give you an option to go to the next slide. If we go to the next slide, yes, that's it. So once you take the picture, you will see a screen like that. It will show you the document you just uploaded or you just shown on the camera, and then it will give you an option to, if it is blurry or anything, something wrong, it will give you an option to re-upload. You can see at the bottom there is a button that says re-upload. If you're not happy with it, you can re-upload a new one. Okay, it's giving you a chance. Okay, once you're happy with it, you need to click this button that says submit for a final approval. Okay, so once you click this submit for final approval, you will go to the next stage. So let's go to the next slide, please. Now, here you have uploaded the document. Now they want this slide, they want you to confirm those information as it is shown on your document. Okay, and this is very important, and the information have to match. So many mistakes we have seen, their document, their passport is displayed this different name that they put here. People wonder why they get rejected. Make sure whatever you have on your passport, it is exactly the same as you have here. Understand? So whatever your title, you put your date of birth as it is on your passport. Same format. Given name is like first name, surname, and you put your surname. And citizenship. So if you uploaded a document from Colombia, just put Colombia. That's the passport you submitted. Don't put the USA, because the passport you submit is not USA. And the front of the passport you scan, that's not where your residency or visa is. Do you understand? Yeah. So people who are checking the documentation, you say USA, but they see Colombia, they will be confused. They will just reject you. So whatever document the front of the passport you submitted, just put that citizenship there. Yeah. You select under the list there. Yeah. And on the right hand side, you see identity document expiration date. Now here, this is where they're going to track. They're going to see if it's less than 3 months, you're going to be rejected. Okay. So make sure the document you submit at least is 6 months. It has at least 6 months in it before it expires. Okay. And once you're happy, once you've completed all this information, this next button will be highlighted in blue again, so that it's clickable. When it's gray like this, it means either there's something you missed to complete, yeah, or there is something you didn't do it correctly. This button, it won't become blue. Once it becomes blue, that means, okay, now you're allowed to go to the next step. Okay. Now, I see people get frustrated, the system doesn't allow me to do anything because you have not completed the information as requested. And it's a good way, because at least the system tries to stop you for you to move to the next next step, thinking you've done everything, but you didn't do anything. Okay, so once you've done everything correctly, you will go to, you'll be highlighting blue, and then you can move to the next. You click on it. Once you click on the next, you will be taken to this. Next slide, please. Okay, now you confirm the identity information. Now you're going, this step, you're going to confirm your address. Okay, the address, your personal address. Please make sure you put the address as exactly as it shows on your document you're going to submit for proof of address. Okay, make sure the address is the same format. Yes, make sure the city is the same. Make sure the postcode is the same. Make sure the country of residence, right? Country of residence now, for example, the passport, you was a citizen of Colombia, but you live in the US, and the proof of address will be from the US, yeah? And you're going to upload a utility bill from the US. So here, country of residence, you need to put US. You need to select US because that's the proof of address you're going to submit is going to be from the US, not from Colombia. Do you understand? So it's a bit tricky because people can get tricked with this. You have to really pay attention, not to just be quick. Okay? Your place of residence can be different to your nationality, to your citizenship. Do you understand? Okay? So, for example, the example I gave you earlier, a person from India or Pakistan or from UK who got to work in Dubai. Their citizenship, they could be Indian citizen, they could be a British citizen, but they have residence in Dubai. So your address will be from Dubai and your proof of address will be from Dubai. Do you understand? So a lot of people get tricked with this. It's very straightforward if you pay attention, but it can be easily also make a mistake, okay? So make sure you just pay attention slowly. And when you're helping other people to register, make sure you point these information to them, okay? And then once you've completed everything correctly, now here, if you put the wrong country, for example, you put Colombia instead of putting like United States, for example, if it was your residence, the system is not going to stop you from here. The next button, it will be highlighted in blue because you have completed all the mandatory questions here, okay? So you have to make sure you have double checked that it's correct. Then once the button is blue, you click on the next, and then you will be taken to this next slide. So if you go move to the next slide, please. So you'll be taken here. Now you can see that you have completed all the information in regard to your identity information and address. Okay, address information. Okay, and then you will see processing. Okay. Now processing, it can take some time because sometimes the KYC can be overwhelmed with a lot. So just be patient if you see say processing. Okay. Now you can see that now you have, from the previous webinars we have done, the individual application form was done at last. Okay. They have changed kind of the procedure in the form. Now the individual application form you complete that before you complete proof of address. Okay, it comes at the first. So now this individual application form, it always confuses people from the question. Let's look into them. Okay, once you click submit the form, okay, click on submit the form, the blue button, right? And then you have all these forms open up to you, yeah? The first, you can see that I say name in brackets as per passport. It doesn't say as per driver's license. It doesn't say as, you need to look at your passport. Now, obviously, if you are the person who have one of those 5 countries who have uploaded, who are allowed to upload a driver's license or identity card, then, you know, it's identity card as it's shown in your identity card. But the majority of people will be as per passport, okay? So you put the name exactly. Don't mix, don't change the name. Don't put your last name in the first name. Don't put your first name in last name. Don't do it. Just double check it. Yeah. Now, if, for example, you on your passport, you are a married person, for example, for the lady, if, for example, your previous, or some people change the name for whatever reason, you have changed the name, and in your passport, it still show, for example, your former names, or whatever document it shows former names, okay, or maiden names, or something like that. Okay, so you need to put them in here. They're just giving you an option to put them if you've got them, if it is in the document. Now, and the next one will be like personal identification number. Now, pay attention to this. Now, if unavailable, please provide the ID number. Now, every document, it will have this number, ID number, or some documents, maybe they will say personal identification number, but you will have this ID number. Just put your ID number there. Whatever documents you have passport number, you have passport number, and other ID number, you have driver's license, you have driver's license number, etc., etc. And then in here, put date and the place of birth. Now, on your passport, most of passport, it will say you obviously show your date of birth, but it will also state clearly where you was born, the city, and the country. Okay, just make sure if you're using your passport and that's what you uploaded, all this information should be in your passport. You should be able to find them on your passport. Okay. So once you're happy with this, the form is quite long. Okay. Let's move to the next slide. You see the next bit of the form. Current residence address. As we see between brackets. As now, so many people don't read these between the brackets, and these between brackets, it just tell you exactly what you need to do. Yeah, just show the address, put the address as it is shown on the document you are going to provide for the next step of proof of address. Yeah, exactly the same. The city, the country, zip or postal code. If you use zip code, put zip code. If you have postal code, put postal code. If on your document instead, I don't know, PO box, whatever it is, just put it there. Okay. Now, and this next question is, do you have an alternative address for mailing or other purpose? Now, the reason why is, for example, some people, you could be, have an address, but your mail can go maybe to your parent address. You know, those situations happen, for example, yeah? Or you live with this address, but you want your mail to go somewhere else. So here, you are given an opportunity to state that clearly, okay? So you can put yes, okay? And then let's move to the next slide, which is continuation of the form. Country of citizenship. Okay, now here it is, you can have citizenship from 2 countries. It is possible, and it happens all the time. Okay, and in here you have a chance to just state those countries, write the country names, and what type of document type from that country that you have. Okay, if for example it is I don't know, you go like I don't know, whatever citizenship document you have, identity card or whatever, just state what it is, put the document number. Now, if anything that have the asterisk at the top, it means it's a mandatory. You cannot move next until you have completed that, okay? So you put the expiration date of each of those documents. You state it here, all right? And the next bit is please provide your contact details. Okay, again, between brackets, always read between brackets because it states clearly, it clarifies more information on the question, okay? So indicate country code and area code, okay? So if, for example, for the UK, it's 44 plus 44. and area code could be, I don't know, 07 or 02 something. In each country, you've got those ones, and then you put the number, the remainder of the number at the end, okay? And the same thing with you put the telephone. Some people don't have a landline telephone, so you have mobile. You put your mobile, but you put like a country code, and then you put the rest of the mobile, and then you put the email address here as well on that form. All right, this is very simple, no confusion here. So let's move to the next slide. Now, you can see here, this is important, and I want to clarify here, okay? Now, this is because this company, Global UniPay, is regulated in Switzerland, and it applies all the rules from Switzerland or whatever, it applies to it because we are, that's where we are based. That's the jurisdictions we've chosen because it is safe and rigorous in, try to filter all the bad companies or the bad corporation you can get, okay? That's why it's been chosen. It's a safe place. They do a lot of due diligence. It's a proper Switzerland, okay? Nobody can doubt that. So, but here they have a list of things that they cannot accept in the financial world, okay, in Switzerland. And then in here, you are being asked whether you have been, okay, or you are currently a politically exposed person, or you are a relative. Now, a relative can be a business partner, okay? Can be your wife, can be your husband, they can be your cousin, those are relatives. Even a business partner can be a relative in this instance, okay? Now, and it does tell you, look, close family members, spouse, with whom partnership have been registered, parents, all this kind of stuff. Close associate, a natural person, etc. All these are the people who, if you have them, you have to tick yes. However, if you yes, is automatically decline you for registering. Now, if you think, for example, you can, if you are a politically exposed person, and you think you can cheat the system, you will be wrong because they have a list of all the people. Now, sometimes there are mistakes because some names look the same as some of the political people, and this person might not be the actual a politically exposed person. You will be rejected, okay? But there will be an on case by case basis review later on, okay? So don't despair if you get rejected because you think, okay, I'm not politically exposed person, etc. Later on, these people will be reviewed individually, okay? So don't despair if you get rejected like that, think it's the end, okay? But not everybody will be able to have a Global UniPay account if you don't comply, if you don't fulfill all this information, okay? Okay, so let's see this question. Personal address. Okay, so you're gonna have to go back to the recording because I've already passed that. Because he's asking how I'm feeling, confirm your personal address. Don't understand it clearly. So now here, there is a button here, the tick box. You just need to tick this box to confirm whatever you just said here. So if you say no, so you confirming that you are that the information you have provided above regarding politically exposed person is correct, etc., etc. Okay, this is legally. So this is why a person, because this is like a legal document you are signing. If, for example, you are cheating the system, you're trying to cheat, you think they're not gonna find it, and they find it out, you get banned. You will get banned. Okay. So don't just try to be honest, and then you can your case can be looked on a case by case basis later on. Okay, but try to be as honest as possible with the form. Okay, and once you click, you tick this box, then you go to the next slide. Okay, here, country of residence for tax purposes. Now, this is always throw people a bit. Okay, the primary jurisdictions. So, for example, you are, I don't know, you are from UK and you become a resident in Dubai, for example, and then you decide, you say, okay, I'm gonna be a tax resident from Dubai. I'm no longer going to be a tax resident in the UK. So you can state that, yeah? So in here, you need to put Dubai, for example, because that's where you pay your taxes, yeah? The tax identification number, so it's not only for the US citizen people, okay? In each country, you have a tax identification number, okay? So you need to put, if it is unavailable, this box that said I think they have changed a little bit the form. They say TIN unavailable. You need to tick this box, and then this TIN, you have to fill something if you didn't tick that box, okay? Because it's a mandatory asterisk there. Now, if, for example, you have other residency for tax purposes, you can add additional information there and explain a little bit, okay? You have to explain why you don't have TIN, okay? This is where you can put your reason why. If your country, they don't require this, because some countries, they don't need to pay taxes. Like I discovered that in Oman, for example, they don't pay tax. So they don't need this number. So here you just put the explanation why this number is not available. It's very simple, guys, yeah? Just put a comment, and you are given an option to put a comment. So when the KYC officer looks at your form and look at the answers you submit and they compare, it can make sense to them. Do you understand? The more information you give, the more clearer information you give, the better and the quicker it is for you to get verified. Okay? Okay, so now here you are asked, please tick either A, B, or C, complete as appropriate. So here you can confirm, okay, A, I confirm that I am a US citizen or resident in the US for tax purposes, green card holder, resident under the blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. Because if a US citizen, it doesn't matter what country you move to, you will still be liable to pay tax in the US and whatever country you go into, because they don't have a double taxation agreement with other country, for example, okay? Or you can put tick number 2 if it applies to you, etc. So you have to select an option here, okay? Now, let's move to the next slide, okay? So here is all about information about the source of fund. Why do they ask this one? This is for money laundering, okay? This is for anti-money laundering. They're trying to know, so when you receive the money from whatever account you receive it, they will know already, okay, you have already given them this information where your money is coming from, okay? It's a clean money. So here you need to select options. So here you can select salary, or you can select self-employed. Most of people fall into this category, unless you are maybe a retirees person who have a lot of saving. You can say saving, and you can prove it because you have in your saving account. You can prove it, or any other option. But the normal option is either salary or self-employed. But you can select both, because a person can be self-employed at the same time also a salaried person. Okay, this is the one on the left. The one to the right, they're asking you now the occupation about the information about your occupation. Okay, are you employed? You have to choose one. Unfortunately, on the right hand side, you choose one. Okay, yeah, you have to choose one. You either employed or student or whatever it is. Now, if it is another option, you select other and then you put a comment in the text box on the right hand side. You comment about it. What is the other? The more clear information you can give to the KYC person to see, the better it is for you. Okay, don't just tick the box and move on, because if the information is not clear, you're gonna get declined. Okay, they don't have a chat in the back office where they're gonna say, "Hey, Mr. Ward, you know, we can't see all this information is submitted. Please, no." They don't have that time. If there is no information are not clear, you're gonna get rejected. So the more information you give, clearer as possible, the better for you. Okay, less frustration. All right, do you understand that? Okay, so now let's move to the next slide. Okay, so here now they're asking you what is the purpose. You know, when you go to open a bank account anywhere around the world, right? They will ask you why you open this bank account. Some people, they open a bank account just to receive a salary. Some people, they open a bank account so that they can have their credit score high, whatever. There is so many different reasons, okay? But the most we recommend here, okay, is to select household expenses. So you open this bank account so you can get a bank account, you get a card, and you can use that card to spend for household expenses or your own personal expenses. If you select business-related expenses and you have not registered as a business, this contradicts the information, okay? Put relevant information. So household expenses, also two options, personal expenses. Very simple and easy, okay? And on the right-hand side, you have a question that is asking you about what are other banks you hold. Now, the reason why they ask you these information is because at some point you're going to withdraw money from your Global UniPay to other banks. Okay, they need to know in advance. The clearer you are, the better, the easier it will become. Okay, or when you move money to here in the Global UniPay, you move it from a bank or something else. Yeah, they just want to. It's nothing. You're not giving you credit card number. You're not giving your bank account number. They just want to know the names. Okay, you put the name of the bank and what country that bank is. Okay, if you have more than one, you can put another one here, another option. So for example, you can have a bank account in the UK, and if you work also in Dubai, you can also have a bank account in Dubai. So you can put both. Okay, it's just option for you. Now, another important thing you need to do once you select the purpose of opening an account, you need in this text box here at the bottom that says, please specify purpose of opening an account. You just need to say, okay, I am opening this account for household expenses and personal expenses. That's it. You don't need to write too much. You're just confirming what you ticked here. That's it. Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next slide, please. You can see this form is a bit long, okay? But you need to pay attention to this form a lot in detail, okay? So countries, now here they're asking you, in which country now you will send money from. So for example, if you want to top up your Global UniPay, what country, what bank you're gonna use, etc. They just need to know, okay, what country. If you are in Europe, you pick European Union. If you are in Switzerland, you pick Switzerland. If you are in any other country, you pick other, and then you write, like you see Eden here, he wrote Australia, okay? So if you are in the US, you just pick other and you put United States of America, yes? Then once you've done that, on the right-hand side, you are asked countries to which funds will be transferred. Now, the first part is topping up. The second part is withdrawals, okay? Which country, when you withdraw, what bank, which countries you're gonna be sending your money to, okay? Again, all of these is for anti-money laundering laws, okay? Every bank, every financial institution, they will ask you this if it's regulated. If it is not regulated, is a shady or anything like that, then you're not protected, but also they don't ask you this information. Okay, so now the next step, services that you plan to use. Okay, now here they're asking you now, your bank account you're opening now, what are you going to use it for? What service are you going to require? Okay, for me here, I tick all of it. I tick the three. Currency exchange, because you will go into exchange Bitcoin to euros, you're going to change it to euro to dollars. So you're going to have option for currency exchange, money transfer, and payment and electronic money account. So you're going to have tick all these boxes. Okay. Now, monthly turnover of funds in account. Now, people here, I've seen it. They say they are unemployed or they are students. And in here, they put their monthly turnover will be like 5,000 to 10,000 euro or 10,000 euro to 50,000 euro. Now, that is for a KYC officer, right? They're going to say, well, what this person? Because remember, they're trying to identify and to catch people who try to do money laundering and all this kind of stuff. So any suspicion you give them, it will just highlight, it will be a warning to them. So please just keep it simple. Put it between, don't say you are unemployed because you are self-employed. You're working for this business, you are promoting this business, you are getting paid bonuses, so you're creating a services, so you are getting paid, you are self-employed. You are not unemployed. Yes, you might not have a job, but you are employed, you are doing something, yeah? You are creating an income from somewhere, so specify. And the general on average, the general income, roughly is between these two options, 1,000 to 5,000 euros, 5,000 to 10,000 euro. Anything above, you have to prove extra, you have to show extra proof of documents. Okay, if you want to keep it simple, really just do it within these two, right? All right, now the next step, they ask you, will you first deposit to your account, your first deposit to your account exceed 15,000 euros? I would like to advise people not to put more than 15 for the first one. Just put a small amount and just put no, okay? Because if you put a big amount, you will be asked a lot of more questions to prove the proof of the funds, where you got the funds from, okay? And some people have found this difficult because they saw their Bitcoin and it's 100,000 worth, and they want to prove where that Bitcoin. You can't say I just saw the Bitcoin. They want to know money you used to buy those Bitcoin, where did it come from? Okay, so it's probably better to put increment amount, not just one big chunk in one. Unless you are a business, then it is acceptable because they have different criteria, different conditions. But as an individual, you should be just stick to the normal simple one. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Now, did we move to the next slide? We're still at the same. We're still on the same one. Let's move to the next one. This is what the one I just explained. Yes. Okay. So here now we're going to the last. Now you need to confirm that you are the beneficiary owner of the account. Okay, which you are opening now. So I like to assume everybody creates their own account, and then you put yes. If you are not the one creating your own account, you have to put no, and then you have to explain why. Because this could be for many different reasons. We have in our community people who are blind that might need assistance, okay, which is simple, or different type of people who have different type of disabilities. So this is not discriminatory thing. So you put a no, and then that person who's helping you, they have to put the reason why it is happening. So that if, for example, you get rejected for whatever reason, you are not the one who feeds this information, you are not liable for the information that being put there. Do you understand? So if you have anybody in your team who have this type of disability, please make sure they understand so they don't get penalized for things they didn't put in there. Okay, so in there, so to continue in order to continue, so you need to confirm that the information provided in questionnaire is true and correct. All these statements, make sure you read it. Make sure you read the declaration before you submit. So once you're happy with it, again, you click the blue button that says submit. Okay, we move to the next slide. Okay, so now here, before you hit submit, once you try to click submit, you will be given this option now. Okay, to enter your second verification code. Okay, now you won't get the second verification code. Okay, you will have to click this blue button that says request code via email. Okay, some people have been writing in support, etc., saying I can't fill this form, I can't get to the next stage because the system doesn't allow me to, right? I didn't receive the code in an email, all that. But if you pay attention here, okay, once you click here, you don't get sent a code directly. No, you have to request the code. You have to click this blue button to request the code, and they will send you the code to the email. Okay, because I've seen many questions about this one. So if you are the person who has been struggling with this one, so please pay attention to this. Okay, so you need to make sure first you click this request code. Okay, and then they will send you a code. Then you need to go to get that code from your email, copy it, paste it, and that way in the box that say and enter 6-digit code. It will be a 6-digit number code, and you just put it there. And then now once you've done that, you need to click submit, the blue button. Okay, and then let's move to the next step, please. Okay, brilliant. So now this is the code you have received when you click on the blue button. Okay, essentially this code, you copy that, you put into the next step where I just stated previously, and then let's move to the next slide. And then you paste it there. Can you see? Can you see, for example, like this example? Yeah, you paste it there, and then you click submit. Okay, then that's when the application, this form, it will be complete, this individual form. Let's move to the next slide. Now you can see the individual form application is also showing process, because all these three, the identity information, individual's application form, proof of address, these have to be checked by a human being, KYC officer that works for the global part, independent from Global UniPay, independent from Evorich, so we've got no influence at all. Okay, and this is a regulatory requirement. A person can be a KYC officer and have any relationship with the company can be in trouble. Yeah, that's why we don't have no influence from those people. Okay, so now the last step you need to do is proof of address. Remember, when you was completing the form in the previous steps, you've stated your residence, address, etc. The proof of address you're going to submit, it needs to be exactly the same as those information you have given previously. Okay, so if you click the blue button, submit file, you will go to the next step. Next slide. Let's move to the next slide. That's it. So then you will see this option, and in here, please pay attention to this one, and please read it. Okay, don't just click attach or before reading the information. Please take a few seconds to read this information. It's telling you exactly what you need. I guess so many people frustrated. I saw a lot of support messages. People are frustrated, but they didn't actually even read the information, you know? They're uploading the document that is not acceptable by this. And they are telling you exactly what you need, okay? You need to be within the past 3 months, so the time is important. Some people submit utility bill last year. or 6 months, right? And you get frustrated. Okay, so make sure you read a little bit and make sure you submit a document that meets these criteria. Now, if you do as these documents, like what they want, trust me, you're gonna get verified very quickly. Okay, it is easy. So now, once you're happy, you find the document, you need to click attach the file, and then we ask you to go to find where the document you uploaded, or you can, from your computer, you can drag the document straight and put it, release it when it says drag and drop file, and you will see the file being uploaded there. Again, here on the right-hand side, you can see that it is a clear description. The document you need to use, it needs to be original PDF. I mean, some people have taken a screenshot of a screenshot. Yes? People have a screenshot on their phone and they take a screenshot of that screenshot and they send that as a document. And you get rejected and you say that I've uploaded everything correctly. Please pay attention, okay? It needs to be an original PDF, okay? Or a JPEG, a clear JPEG format, a photo, very clear from the original. So you take a picture from the original document, not a picture of a picture, okay? And then you need to make sure the size, if for example, you're uploading it and you don't see nothing is happening, that means the file is probably bigger than 10 megabytes. So it's not doing anything, okay? So what you need to do, you need to reduce the document, okay? There are a lot of online file resizer you can do online. You upload it, you resize it, you shrink, you reduce the file size, and then re-upload it again, or try to take another picture and so that it's small, okay? If it doesn't, once you click, you upload, attach, and there's nothing there, that means it really hasn't uploaded at all. It hasn't done anything, and the submit details, it won't become blue for you to submit anything. And so many people get stuck here and they stop. They get frustrated, all this kind of stuff. So pay attention. It could be because the size is too big, or it could be because the file you're trying to upload is not a JPEG or a PDF format, okay? And then here you have a chance also, if the document you're uploading, for example, is not very clear, straightforward, yeah? You can put a comment in there, add the comment, so that the KYC, when they look and they find it odd, they can look at the comment, okay, it makes sense. Do you understand, guys? So try to be as detailed as possible. Don't try to give less information and expect it to clear with flying color. No. If your document is out of the ordinary document, explain yourself. Here, you have got a box to put your comments. Why? Yeah? Do you understand? Okay? So once it's clear, once everything is ready, then you can hit submit. And you see an example, utility bill, electricity, telephone, gas, water, or bank, or post office, whatever document that from officially given by official authority or utility bill, then you need to upload that. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Once the blue button will be highlighted, submit details, and then you click on it, then we move to this slide. Okay. Now here, once you've done that, congratulations, you have submitted all the documents. The next thing that you need to do, okay, these are the next thing you need to do, which is very important, because I see some people, for example, who have created an account before and they've been rejected for whatever reason, and they can't get access to their accounts. And when they send queries to the support, and the support asks you, what is your ID? Because you can't get into your account anymore, you can't even get your ID. So once you've done that, straight away, take your ID number, okay? Because then the support people will be able to track it, to try to understand why maybe you've been refused, etc., okay? With just email alone, it might not be it might not be enough to identify it. But this ID identifies each account holder ever created and is unique to each individual. Yeah. So once you submit that, go straight away, go to under your profile, under your name, you will see ID number. Just copy it, keep it somewhere on your phone or whatever it is, just in case you might need it. Okay. Or write it down or something like that. Okay. So once you've done that, keep your fingers crossed that you've done everything correctly, and you should get an email. Check your inbox, always check that you've been verified or declined or whatever. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. I think that's the end. That's the end?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yep, that's it.
So good stuff. So guys, I hope that you have found it very useful. I try to go as slow as possible. It's been now 1 hour, 15 minutes. So I'm going to give 5 minutes for any question that has not been answered to see if we can try to clarify or help you at all. So if you can write your question quickly.
We've got a question already. And I think that this is going to really go and answer a number of questions that a number of our partners have actually gone and asked before. But how would someone go to top up their Unitex account through using Global Unit Pay?
Okay, you can do it. You can do it via, you buy Bitcoin, and you can send Bitcoin from. And I've done a video showing people how to do that. So you top up your euros or your dollars in Global Unit Pay, and then you exchange those fiat with Bitcoin, and then from your Bitcoin you can send the Bitcoin to Unitex. And I've done that, and money was there. Okay, just make sure you have also enough for the fees for the Bitcoin network. Okay, because sometimes the fees can be expensive, can get up to $27. Last time I paid about $54. It was very high, right? So make sure you pay attention to that. But you can do it that way. There is any chance to change the passport details after you upload? No, after you upload, you have to wait either until you are rejected or you are verified to change it. I think if the details is wrong, you're not gonna get verified. Once you get rejected, then you get a chance to change it. Once you've just done that, you can't go back and edit it. Okay, it gets sent to the KYC people, and they will be in a queue to check it, and they will reject it if it's. Can you not top up with credit card? Now, it is a possibility. It's been worked on using the quantum system, because you have the same quantum system we use in Unitex and same quantum system we use in Global Unit Pay. Okay, but I want the question to be about Global Unit Pay, guys. Okay, because I don't support Unitex, or I'm not an expert in it to give you a lot of answers on that one. So ask questions related to Global Unit Pay. But for just your question, you can use it, but something has been worked on now to make sure, because some people's card has been declined, so they are improving the different gateways. They are allowing different gateways so that many cards are accepted, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Adam. Yeah. So that's the video there. So you can just check it out how to do that. All right. Any other question, Adam?
Marshall, we have a question from the Russian room. Я сейчас задам Маршалу вопрос, касающийся из русской комнаты Петра Lavrinenkova. So the question is, Peter Lavrinenkov said that during the registration, I said that I have an account in Sberbank Russia, but I forgot that I had an account in Wells Fargo in the United States. Do I need to specify this information, to indicate this information right now? If so, how can I do it? Or there is no such need? And can I withdraw money into that bank account without further notifying the bank, the payment system?
Okay, So now, if you're planning to withdraw or send money from that bank in the States, I guess, Luis Fargo, is you need to, yeah, it's basically, it's just it is just so that it doesn't get flagged like a money laundering or anything like that. If you don't put any if you didn't put the bank, you don't need to worry too much about it. If they want to prove, they will request. So for example, you want to withdraw money to the bank, they might request to show a bank statement showing your name on that bank. Okay, it's just an extra step that you're gonna have to do when it comes to it, but it's not something you should be concerned about. But if you could do it during the registration, it's perfect, because then you avoid all those extra steps you're gonna have to do later on. Did I answer his question, Dennis?
Yeah, they don't say anything. And I would like to ask one more question from the Russian chat, Alexander. He said that I've been waiting for a repeated verification for more than 3 months right now, so far. And I'm asking requests or tickets for repeated, a second verification into the support, and they don't reply to me. How should I take it, or what's going on?
Yeah, but the person is saying that he's been waiting. Is he waiting to get verified, or has he been rejected?
I'm waiting for his reply.
Mm-hmm. Because if they have been rejected, there is a reason they have been rejected. Okay, they have to wait, or they can write to the support, and then they will check with the KYC person. If the KYC officer say this person can't register, and they don't have to give as a reason, guys, because these people they are independent, and they have the rules. It's because if they bend the rules and something happened to our company will sue them, and or the regulator can sue them. So they're liable for the mistake they will do. So that's why they're not willing to bend the rules. If they're not happy with something, they will just decline you, and there's nothing we can do about it, because we cannot influence them. Okay. But if it is something that he been waiting, he just needs to write to a support again that he's been waiting. But if it's been declined, that's different. Okay. But normally there is not a lot of backlog right now.
Marshall, I'm sorry. He says that he was rejected in the first place, like
yes,
the first go.
Yeah, I thought so. So that probably there could be a reason. The support. So 3 months they haven't go back to you to say anything, or because some people get banned. Okay, some people get banned, and they especially if for example you try to log in, and then your email it says that email not found. Okay. And then you try to request a new password, and it says this email is already registered. That means you have been stopped. So you have been put in a queue to be looked after the end of the queue, because there was some kind of thing that the KYC is not happy with what you submitted, for whatever reason. People in the support, they don't get to know the information. They don't get that information because it's a third party, it's an independent party that I think you have to wait. Like I said at the beginning, not everybody within our company will be able to comply with or to meet the requirements of the KYC officers, because they're very strict. And
I'm sorry, Marshall. So this Alexander guy, he's saying that they did not provide any explanation why they did not verify, as you said. But also there was a chance for a second attempt, right? Or am I wrong?
Normally there should be an attempt when you get declined. Normally when you decline, straight away they give you an option for re-upload the document. Yeah, normally that's what happens. If you don't get a second option of re-uploading, it's because the KYC officers say that you cannot have the account, and there is nothing we can do about it. But for the people who cannot have an account, don't worry too much, because the company is looking for different solutions for those people, because not everybody will be able to meet those criteria. They're very tough criteria. So again, everybody don't need the account. They don't need the global UniPay. There will be other options that will be provided in the future for people to either withdraw or do their usual transactions. Okay, but if you get rejected, first of all, you are given an option to re-upload the new document.
Totally, but the person says that he's waiting for the second attempt and it hasn't been given to him yet.
No, it's not as when you get rejected. So, for example, your documents have not your passport. You are given like to re-upload there in your email. There is an email that gets sent to you. They give you an option to redo the. If you did not get that, that means that the KYC can't allow your account to be created at the moment. Okay. And then, do you have something to add?
Oh, no, I was just clearing my throat. I thought I was on mute. I do apologize for that. Okay, I'm just answering a couple of the questions in the Q&A part. Okay,
how can we get cards now? Can I get virtual cards now? How much is the fees? And also, how much is the fees for VIP cards? Well, you cannot get those physical cards at the moment. Okay, some of them been tested right now. But the virtual card, you can get the virtual card right now. You can go to the back office of Global UniPay, and then you order if you've been verified. Again, only verified members can get those options. So you can order the card. Okay. Okay. So that's 5 minutes is up, guys. Again, we're going to do these every week. Okay. So if you have some people struggling or you need some help, we're going to continue to do this until people really start to be familiar with the process. So we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying to help you guys as much as possible. But there are some of the stuff that is outside of our hand, which is like for Global Pass, is an independent company that's been chosen because but the regulatory demand is that for a financial institution, a KYC officer, they have to be independent from your organization. Okay, you outsource or you put a third party, you make a contract, and that's what the company has done with the Global Pass. Okay, so they have that control. If they decline you, unfortunately, there is not much we can do as the Global UniPay company to help you out. Okay, what we can help you with is to try to show you how to do the verification properly, take the time, so that when you submit it, you have more chances of getting verified without issue. That's what we can do in our power, okay? But the others is outside of our hands. So that's why I really pleased with you guys. Pay attention a lot, okay? All right. So we will see you next week, same time on next Wednesday. Okay, bye for now.
Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. You have a lovely evening, a lovely day, and a lovely afternoon. We'll see you next week.